Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of Flesh Wound Farce, where we review and discuss your and our favorite comedy films. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that also resides in Southern California, Ozzy V. And with me, as always, in this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world-famous juggler Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg? Fantastic jersey, by the way.
Thank you. And it being a Batman episode, definitely doing very well. How about yourself, Ozzy?
I'm doing great. I got something kind of a Christmas present that I'll be able to share because it's relevant with this episode. Also with us, ladies and gentlemen, Flesh Wound producer Todd. How you doing, Todd? Chilling. Yep, there it is. And for today's episode of Flesh Wound Farce, we do have a special guest with us, and that is Puggs. Puggs, how you doing today?
Howdy, sirs. I am great. We're going to talk some Batman.
We are going to talk some Batman, specifically Batman of 1966, released specifically July 30th, 1966, rated PG. Todd, would you have a trailer available?
Yes, sir.
Emergency. Batman speaking. Warning all of you to brace yourselves for big news.
The biggest.
Tell them, Robin.
Holy superlatives, Batman. It's really exciting. Soon, very soon, Batman and I will be batapulting right out of your TV sets and onto your theater screens.
That's right, Robin. Our first full-length motion picture feature in color opens a whole new world of thrills. The big screen gives us...
I love they just have the microphone, too.
And in the air to challenge the most cataclysmic collection of super criminals that ever plotted to take over the
Instantly
world.
puts me back to like preschool.
Number one.
Just sitting Indian style, enjoying this.
Who's
Amazing.
going to make the feathers fly and knock Batman and Robin out of the sky? Number two, the Joker. Have you heard this one? It'll kill you, Batman.
Wow.
Number three, the Penguin.
There are two eggs this wily bird is going to scramble, Batman and Robin.
Number four, the Catwoman.
Oh, you're going to see the perfect crime when I get Batman in my claws.
And that's just a sample of the exciting exploits ahead in our first feature motion picture.
Holy memoranda, folks. Make a note not to miss it.
Good thinking, Robin.
There was the trailer.
Wow. Oh
They didn't even show one frame of the film. Like, it's bad enough. It's like, yeah, you can watch this at home on TV, kids. We're not going. They didn't even show like any of the big budget stuff in the trailer.
Hitchcock arrogance or
Mike.
Hitchcock confidence. That's all they needed. You know what you're paying to see.
Oh, wow.
was a
Okay, so here's what's most fascinating about it is that whenever you see a comic book trailer now, like mainly it blew up whenever it blew up with the Marvel, but you always a lot of people will rush to the internet to find out who's going to be in it and who's not, right? This just has the main characters telling you, I'm going to be fighting this guy. It was almost, like kind of like an AWA wrestling promo. Like, in a sense, you fire back and then they just, if it was, of course, that wasn't as cartoony as the villains, but just in terms of like, just a straight up, just, I'm going to fight this guy, wow. Oh my gosh, that was great. Okay, so this was released on July 30th.
Either. That's the best. It's like
no music at all, right? Yeah.
Literally.
Like not even to trail out or just like the Batman. Or I'm surprised they didn't go with check it out in your Bat Theater. It's your favorite Bat Theater because like Bat Time, Bat.
Oh,
Channel,
they're like, no,
Bat
we can't
Theater,
confuse them. We have a thinking we have to go find a very specific Bat Theater. None of that weird. No, we're not doing that here.
Oh my! I just want to see that Saturday Night Live sketch of the executives at 20th Century Fox where they're going over the trailer for Batman. I see, and they talk about the word Bat Theater. We have to say Bat Theater. No. You have to understand how stupid these people are. They will try to find Bat Theater, and you got to think it's 66. There's no Google. The people will try to they'll be upset, and the movie will lose money because people would try to find an actual Bat Theater.
411 Bat Theater
Oh my
location.
Yeah, but did they have 411 in 1966?
You know what? I don't know, Todd.
Yeah, see, there you go. So
I'll
as
find
he's
it out.
researching that, this was rated PG with a runtime of 105 minutes. As characters created by Bob Kane, written by Lorenzo Semple Jr., and directed by Leslie Martinson, starring Adam West and Burt Ward. Initial thoughts on this? Yes, Todd.
1930. There was.
Okay, there was a 411. So the line in the sketch would have to be, you know how many people are going to call 411 asking for a Bat Theater? And then you could have a secondary sketch of the operator trying to receive calls. But do we know where a Bat Theater is? Like it's that one lady that doesn't know what Batman is in 1965 who's been working for 36 years for 411. Sorry. Okay.
It's just got one lady hanging from the ceiling upside down. Oh, I got you.
How many people first started working out in the 411 office? If you think about it, it's like, okay, we're going to have the system called 411. And if you need a number for anything, you need information, go ahead and call. How many people they start that agency up with? Like 5? Like what number do you go with? And what was day one like? You know, this is the first time people were really getting calls as working for the government. They're having all these people ask for random spot information. Like what was the first thing when they introduced an information line? What were the first questions people called? Because you know there was like some of the
So what do you guys
stupidest
do here?
questions. Like, yeah, so like
You just
people
open the
asking
phone book
for-
and look at the numbers. People couldn't.
No,
find
no, I
it.
understand that, but I mean, like when you say information, like, and you call this is an information line. This line is for information. Who's going to call? They're asking me like, hey, so I got this weird thing, down there. So what should I do about it? Sir, this isn't that kind of information. Well, you didn't specify. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll get moving on. So, initial thoughts on this. I had always seen this at of course, my favorite local video store, Video Town. Seen the cover up, but I never picked it up. That was one of the Batman movies I never actually watched, and this is actually my first time seeing it, is because every time I picked it up and I look at the back, I kept thinking to myself, like,
Ooh.
what if this just feels like a super long episode of the TV show?
The hell's wrong with that?
I was like, I'd rather watch some Burton Batman, like with the old Batman of Returns, you know what I mean? At that time, I had the option to, or even some Batman of the animated series that I was watching daily. You know what I mean? I was Kevin Conroy was starting to come on as like the perfect Batman, from my childhood. So seeing Adam West, like the TV show when I was really little, it was like fun and cool. But then when, it started to get a little bit more serious with, the Burton and then the animated series, it just kind of, I don't know if I could hang for that long with Adam West Batman. And
So the Hanna-Barbera shows never got you?
Unfortunately,
No?
no.
Oh, okay.
No, that was
That makes
strictly
more sense then.
Yogi Bear. So this was my first time watching, and I wasn't disappointed, I guess. I was more surprised at some of the humor that was included, but like some actual still funny lines that I think work today. We'll get into that shortly, but Greg, how about you?
So I'm kind of in the same boat. I watched the TV show. I've seen some of the clips on YouTube of the movie, but 89 and animated series were what were big at the time that I was watching more things. So I never really went back to watch this movie at the time. But I do kind of have a feeling like this is kind of the lost Batman of Cadavra with how cheesy and ridiculous it is. And so I was really curious, how's Ozzy going to feel about this movie? It's Batman, so win. But a bit cheesy and a lot of bad acting, but in the best way possible. So, but yeah, no, this was everything that I wanted it to be and hoped it would be after I'd seen that infamous bomb scene on YouTube.
It's the Dark
Okay,
Knight
so
Rises takes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard, but there was a siren that was just going off in the background, just because Greg had to mention Lost Skeleton, the Cadaver, and there was the siren that went off in my head, and I got to respond to that real quick. And the thing that really pissed me off about that movie is it was about a time period, and the main character didn't even look or talk like he was from that time period. At least here had the benefit of everybody being from the 60s. Todd?
I mean, it's no Lost Skeleton. No, I'm kidding. Well, being the old one here, I watched I was a fan of the Batman show before there was even a thought of Mr. Mom playing Batman. And I was a fan. I didn't watch the movie right away either, just for one of those reasons. I mean, I've seen it like 30 years ago at this point, but I'm saying it like even when I was into the show, I didn't watch it till years later because I didn't really know it existed at first. And when I finally saw it, I think as a kid, I didn't appreciate it as much as I did the show. Like now, well, which we'll get to in favorite moments. There's certain things about it that I do really enjoy that the show missed. But yeah, it's not my favorite Batman, obviously, but I do have fun with this one, and every once in a while we'll revisit it. And this is the once in a while this time. So,
and Puggs.
Initial thoughts. I've grown up with this in my sphere all the time because Batman, you can tell adult stories and kid stories because I grew up watching the Hanna-Barbera versions too, and it impacted me heavily. Like, it's just a good time. It's wholesome, and I got to see like favorite characters of mine be kind of bad, but like kid friendly. It's just entertaining. I liked it then, and I like it now, or I loved it then. I still like it now.
So, excuse me. I actually you brought up the kid stories, right? And a while ago, my nephew had checked out Batman from the library, and I was like, "What?" Like it was a children's version of Batman, right? So I pick it up and I'm flipping through, and then I get, how does the parents' death scene get?
That's what I was thinking.
Right? So I flip to the page, and I get to the Monarch Theater, and I flip, and then it says, Bruce walked on, and he noticed his parents weren't behind him. And then it just shows him by himself. I was like, wait, so Bruce is abandoned by his parents in this version? Why then? So why is he? Who's he getting vengeance on? Who's he trying to beat up? What is the point of him doing anything? He's just going to be emo for the rest of his life. Of course, I couldn't tell my sister or my nephew that, but I said, you could watch the Burton Batman. It's okay. He's 9. He's fine.
Here's a question. I don't know. Maybe Puggs will. Do they off the parents in the 66 show?
I don't. I mean,
they start off just mentioning them that they're gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's implied. It's never full blown.
Okay.
But it's like it's implied they're gone. They're like no longer with us. As opposed to they ditched Bruce because they didn't want to be parents anymore. That's what I would
say. The last time Bruce pitched the movie when we go to the theater.
Yeah. I mean, he would just be an emo that would never want to go to the theater. That's the only difference. So we hit our initial thoughts on here. Let's get into some of our favorite moments. There's some that I think are really kind of obvious, and I'd be interested to see how you guys go. And I'm gonna take the risk and go last, and hope that what I have written down doesn't get said by you guys. So it's kind of gonna be a fun game like that. So Greg, why don't you kick it off?
Oh man, I was kind of in a thing. I hope someone takes one of mine so that I can pick out of these two because I have two that just.
Well, I mean, I feel guilty if I take the first one because you guys might be in the same boat and you're like, oh, I hope mine doesn't get taken because I take some of your guys as often. But Todd, if you want to go first,
I was gonna say we can do that, or we can defer to Puggs since he's our
we could defer to. Well, I mean, before we record, he's like, just don't go to me first.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did.
This one's okay if you want.
Okay,
yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, because it gets made fun of all the time. I don't care. It's ridiculous, and it makes me smile every time it pops up. It's the shark bat repellent. What other movie?
Yes.
What other moment in history is this ridiculous? Steve Irwin could have used that manta ray one. That would have helped him a lot. So yeah, that moment, amazing.
The best part about the scene is that when he asks for it, you're in your head. You're like, wait, what? And then Robin goes to the canister, and then he goes to the other ones. I was like, oh well, I guess he plans out for all these. I mean, it's an ocean.
Best detective in the world.
Okay, I guess. Sure. Okay, let's go on. Okay, so who's next, Greg or Todd?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and so there's a moment that it's not as funny right away, but it's one of those jokes or one of those moments that when you really stop and think about it, you're just kind of like, wait a second. So it's submarine fight when everybody's going at it on the top of the submarine that surfaced, and a cat's thrown at Batman. And then Batman decides, I'm gonna rescue you, cat. A cat. Claws, cat. He's gonna rescue that cat by putting it in an inflatable raft still in the middle of the ocean. And he's like, Bon voyage.
It's really funny.
Good luck with you.
That's great. Todd?
All right. Well, mine's got to be Bat Pimpin'. The date between Bruce Wayne and Kaka is hilariously corny, but Adam West's Bat charisma is the highlight of the film. Like, you really get to see him as Bruce Wayne, which really in the series you don't. Like, he really gets to shine as Bruce Wayne, which is what I really liked about it. But if you want to make me pick one just random laugh out loud moment, and that's the two random BBWs eating while Batman's running around.
Everybody out. Nope, we're staying right here.
Some good 66 fat shaming.
All right, so you guys actually did not say any of what I had written down, so this is gonna be fun. I actually now have to choose, but the bomb scene is always fun. You know, sometimes you just can't find a place to get rid of a bomb. That's hilarious. But what got me like just hurting was when they're trying to figure out who was involved, and Adam West says, or as Batman says, the shark was eating my leg, so it was pulling my leg, so it was the Joker. And I lost it right there because I do the stupid stuff at trivia with the songs and my answers and stuff like that. When Robin first went, like, it happened in the sea, and Catwoman starts with C, it has to be her. Like, holy shit! Like, all my neurons are firing off in my brain right now. They're all like excited, like, yes, one of us. You know, just like really stupid stuff. But I lost it, and I even like had to go back to see what the rest of what was said because I couldn't hear what was going on. But yeah, good stuff there. So let's get into the ratings of said movie. So I can kick this off, no problem. So I definitely think once there's a certain age threshold, like people born after 1988 will, in a very few amount of people born later are going to appreciate this, especially now that everything's been taken so seriously. Like, we had the benefit, you got Todd, you had the benefit, this was the first Batman for you. You grew up on this, and Puggs, you were all about this, and this was what was available to us, you know. And the more serious stuff, the darker stuff started coming on. Sure, but you still had like somewhat an equal amount of content. But now that what everybody's accustomed to now, I'd find it very surprising to see anybody under the age of 35 maybe appreciate this, unless they're like a huge comedy fan, like really love Airplane or Naked Gun, which we've recently reviewed. But
if some young kid grew up watching Batman Brave and the Bold, I think they'd appreciate this.
Okay, that's a good comparison. That's probably where that animated series was going, targeting like that kind of essence feel for it. So I could see that happening. But other than that, like, a lot of people grew up on the Nolan Batman movies, and I know Todd has his opinions on that. We'll get to in due time, eventually. But as far as this one's concerned, I mean, I had a lot of fun with it, and for as much fun as I did have with it, it felt less like an actual movie and more just like an episode that didn't feel just kept adding on. It's almost like they had 3 episodes, and at the very end, they just like tweaked them a little bit. It's like 3 rejected episodes, and they just tweaked them a little bit for the purposes of the movie, and it didn't really feel like a cinematic feature. but I
The
still had
trailer
fun with
did
it.
for sure.
Right, exactly. I mean, maybe the trailer actually is a good indicator of what
Hitchcock
the
did the
movie was
same
like.
thing.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
well, you
Well,
win, you
I
lose.
will tell you what. Right. Well, I was going to look up the name of the directors. Well, he's no Hitchcock.
You know,
But anyhow, I am giving this a 3.5. 3.5 out of 5 bats.
All right.
Bat
I'll go.
stars. Uh-huh.
He is my third favorite superhero, and he's going to get a 3 also. But this was the era when superheroes had the dad bod, so it's a good time. Good old George Reeves too. So
Man, I'm shocked, but for this, I mean, even I just have to have another moment in here that also will add to my score. At the moment when they're trying to figure out one of the Riddler's puzzles, what has yellow skin and rights? And Robin's like a ballpoint banana, and Batman so confidently is like, "That's exactly what I was thinking." For that level of ridiculousness, I give this a 5. I
Wow,
love this
okay.
movie.
All
I
right.
had a lot of fun. I enjoyed every bit of it, and I'm gonna be putting this in my rotation.
damn right. Member berries included. I ear to ear smile the entire runtime. I'm gonna give it a 5 too. It's too goofy not to. It doesn't take itself serious at all, but Adam West does, and that just adds to my enjoyment. I love it.
And the fact, just the side bit, to the way it ends is them realizing they've messed up all of these world leaders, and they're just like, we'll just see ourselves out.
That's all we got time for today.
And see how
well,
long Riddler took to start brushing his? That was hilarious.
well, I have a question.
okay.
Pugs, I've never asked you this. So this will be for everyone, but I'm gonna ask Pugs first. So this is the third Catwoman. Who's your favorite?
Oh, well, in '66,
Of this. I'm not including Pfeiffer
Okay.
in there.
well, it's not Eartha Kitt, obviously. Julie Newmar is my favorite, and Lee's probably second.
I'm actually exactly the same order.
Yeah.
You guys have a favorite?
I think Adam West, his voice, with providing his voice on Family Guy, had also mentioned something about Julie Newmar being the best Catwoman. I can't remember what the actual joke was, but I remember that being in it. But I don't think I watched enough of the series to get a favorite, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind
And
of.
it's not streaming anywhere, huh? It needs to.
It was for a while, but no, I don't think it is now.
Greg?
I know the movie's not, but I don't think the series was either last time I looked.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be on the same situation as Ozzy, and I'll just end up saying Catwoman in the new Harley Quinn series is great.
I got to catch up on that too. Thank you for reminding
I
me.
need to start it.
It's so
Oh, it's
good.
That's what I've heard.
It's fantastic. Leon plays a plant. JB Smoove,
Right?
he's one of
Okay.
Poison Ivy's plants. Like, it is amazing. Okay, so before we head out, I wanted to share something. Unfortunately, I don't have a setup behind me like some of our other co-hosts here, but I wanted to share this piece that I got for Christmas here from my fabulous fiance. This is the 66 Lego Batman
Hell yeah.
Batmobile.
Oh.
And there we go. So it's giant. I mean, like you gotta I have to go this far back to put it in screen.
Is Joker
cool,
driving
man.
it, or is that Batman?
No, this is an actual Adam West specific Batman bat figure.
Oh, that's awesome.
I saw Shadow. It looked a little purple. That's why I asked.
I like this. Really cool too. You got the mobile bat computer back here.
That's fucking
And
Nice.
there's a lot of detail up here up front. I mean, I can't really get the camera to see it. Anybody with like some super sophisticated, hardware could probably do that, figure it. But like from left to right, you have your bat scanner, the start button, the bat ram, and the detectoscope. And then you also have here at the front, it says bat ray, and then your gas, and your nail spreader and bat shoot, which are all like stickers that were like
Bat
seriously, like,
shoot.
it says bat shoot right here.
Okay.
Bat shoot.
All right. The bat shoot in the back. Okay, got it.
That's the bat shoot.
That's
Oh
the
wait,
shoot.
no, I'm sorry. Yeah, right. No, yeah, you're right.
It's for parachute,
oh.
man. Todd.
Yes. For any Lego fanatics, this was definitely a fun build, and I would recommend it to anybody. Now,
How many hours?
I don't know exactly how many hours, but just in terms of everything that was going on, it took me about a week.
Oh,
okay.
Football season was still happening, so that helps. Playoffs.
So you build during the playoffs.
Oh my
But
gosh!
one wrong
like,
move,
well,
you boom.
Not during the
What?
Raiders
A
game.
dangerous game,
the
Ozzy.
whole time.
Raiders games, I don't. During Raiders games,
Okay.
I'm not doing anything but watching that game. But if any other footballs that
Punching
footballs
walls
on,
and people next
that's
to
like
you.
the best thing to have on. Well, just getting some Legos done, like the giant Millennium Falcon I have. I got it in June, but it didn't get finished until late September because the majority of that got done in September because of football.
Cool.
So yeah, well, that concludes our rating of Batman 66. Unfortunately, not available to stream at this time, being March 2nd. However, is available for purchase. Yes, I presume, Todd, this is not one of the weird ones like Dogma
you
right
can-
now.
No, you can buy it anywhere, Blu-ray, DVD, stream, or digital.
Fantastic. So if you're a fan of the TV show, you'll definitely be a fan of this one if you have not seen it already. So if you don't have anything else, gentlemen, for the remainder of the episode, so I could head out for the evening, or we could all head out for the evening, and then let you guys know that we'll all be back next week for the returning episode of Flesh Wound Fist, where we will be reviewing Tim Burton's Batman from 1989. Very exciting. So come on back for that episode. For world famous juggler Greg Larson, Flesh Wound producer Todd, and our special guest Puggs, I'm Ozzy V, and we'll see you next week right here on Flesh Wound Fist.